And we're back live on Chicano Tube. I appreciate everyone that's tapping in. It's the Wednesday night show. Hit that like, do the boy that big three. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, don't forget to hit the all for all my subscribers. And of course, do me that favor as well as if you're not subscribed over, whether you're listening on the replay or listening live, if you're not subscribed over to Streets Ain't Loyal, well, do yourself the favor and go ahead and subscribe over to Streets Ain't Loyal. We got Sonny. Sonny's in the house. ¿Qué onda, Sonny? How are you, my man?
I know. Good, and yourself?
Yeah,
how you
good,
doing,
good.
homie?
Good. It's Wednesday night.
To your audience.
Thank you. It's Wednesday night. This is the Wednesday night show. I posted this on IG and I posted it on YouTube. The comments, híjole, man, was I getting comments? I'm telling you. I'm going to be posting some of the, I was getting comments on this thing and se suelta. There's a Spanish saying, se suelta la sopa. How good? Maybe the people want to know how good is Sonny's Spanish?
Not too good.
Not too good.
No.
But growing up in Los and having all that, did I ever tell you the last time I went over there, my favorite taco place on Soto Street? Did you say that's nearby?
Yeah, that's right down the street from my pad.
Yeah, on Soto Street.
King Taco?
No. That place is fire for chicharrón. The King Taco, I'm knowing, Sonny. I'm knowing. And so again, I don't know east, west, south, or north LA, but I exit Soto. I was on the 700 block. And this was about 5:30, 6 o'clock, either coming from Disneyland or going to Disneyland. And you know those vendors that only set up after 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
O sea, enfrente de las casas. They're in front of their houses.
Exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So it's off of Soto. It's just one of those side streets. The best tacos I ever ate in LA. I was on the 700 block of North Soto.
They're always there.
And the thing that's messed up is, of course, they're still dealing with. You see the Hudas all the time on social media. They're rushing the taco vendors, the street vendors, because it's like, have a license. Okay, but then they can't have a license because they don't have the requirements to get a license. And like a hamster wheel. It really is like a hamster wheel, right? That's right. South Park Cholo, Washington State is in the casa. That's right. My boy Droops is in the casa. That's right. Salabo 831. Look at Jerry Fuentes sliding through. The Raiders. Sonny, is that the football team?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. All day, every day, homie.
So you're going to open up with the division rival, the Broncos.
We're going to lose.
And there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on a lot of people. Russell Wilson has un chingo de pressure. Aaron Rodgers has to perform. Deshaun Watson, first year finally with no suspensions. And as long as he stays away from pinchy massage parlors, he'll be okay. And if he can get on the field, I know that's got you. If he can stay away from the pinchy massage parlors, he finally has to put the rubber to the road. And so it's going to be a good season, man. The only thing is they moved the NFL Sunday Ticket over to YouTube TV, gente. So of course your boy had to get it. I'm not gonna miss a game. I streamed one or
still
two.
$300.
4 now.
Oh my God, hell no.
It's only less than 300 if you get a subscription to some other shit. That's going to be like 50, 60 a month.
Hell no.
So they get you on the back end, right? Subscribe now. And I know. Putazos and pendejadas. That's right, man. That's a hell of a name for. Oh, that's my brother from another mother, Mark. That's my brother from another mother, Mark.
Oh,
MLO.
yeah, man, the homeboy. Putazos and pendejadas. What's up, homie?
And I know him as Mark MLO, Mortgage Loan Officer. Yeah. But I know Mark, man. He's hella cool. Jojo LB. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Okay. I saw a video, Sonny, and we're only going to be 1 hour to respect everyone's time, but we're going to go ahead and get right into it. What a lot of Mexicanos call suelta la sopa. Se suelta la sopa. I saw a video. Shout out to Rascal Reacts. He also has another channel, Homie Hang Up. I saw a video over there, and what I saw blew me away. And I was like, whoa. I said, this is YouTubers gone wild. Man, this is another, maybe another, someone else should create another IG page, YouTubers gone wild, and have the vato have the highest socks and all that shit, because I heard something that was wild because one, our age. You know what I mean? Of what the fuck? I mean, I understand about handle business. I know the G code. I'm not under that no more. I'm under what I call the B code, the businessman code, the B code, the F code, if you want to call it, the family code. So it's different. But I'm a content
Yeah.
creator. I'm a content creator and I'm going to create content and something that's this newsworthy. This shit hit the fan. This individual would love for this to disappear. He would love for no one else to talk about it ever again and it just go and sweep it under the rug, but no. And I put out a video that there's pepper spray. Did you see that video I put out?
Yes.
Okay,
He's
so
got
yeah, a lot of people are calling
endorsement.
him. Yes, they're calling him the pepper spray king. They're calling the all of these nicknames that are coming out on YouTube, right? But what a crazy situation this had to be to live through. And if I lived through, I was thinking, shit. The first thing I would have thought is my family, mi familia, and who knows what other reactions. I know you saw that video with Rascal Reacts, and that's one of my favorite reaction channels. So go ahead and subscribe over there. Rascal Reacts. He breaks things down, even though he's very sarcastic as hell también. His sarcasm level is like 10,000. And then I saw a video on your channel, which what I need everyone to do is go ahead and subscribe down here to the Streets Ain't Loyal. Do yourself a favor. Sonny's been one of the realest gente I ever met since the fight, the Cholo Trucker fight, where Cholo Trucker was just smoking and kicking ass and all that. You're one of the realest ones I knew. I just had that vibe with you. What did you be honest? What did you think when you met me?
No, I liked you immediately. You were one of those guys that I connected with right away because you weren't with the bullshit. Like, I'm pretty good about judging people. I do make mistakes or I try to overlook things sometimes. I always bites me in the ass, but you were one of the guys I was like, nah, I got nothing to fear from this dude. He ain't got no problem. You know what I mean? Good people.
Yeah. Or I was thinking maybe you just sense like this fucking dude is just he ain't got time for bullshit and he ain't gonna fuck around and there was a lot to do when we did that press conference, the fight, you in that corner. I don't know if you heard it that they announced another fight with 600 versus Cartoon. I don't know if you follow those two YouTubers or know who they are.
I know who Cartoon is. I don't know who's 600. But
Okay,
that ain't gonna go down.
there you go. What I was gonna say is, este way aquí might be right in the middle of ring announcing that one. That would be interesting.
I hope so for you.
That's
I
right.
hope so
That's
for
right.
you.
That's right. That's right. I was just reading a little bit of the comments, man. I appreciate you, Sanho Lifer. Sonny did a respond. So back to I guess the meat and potatoes of what people tuned into this video is to talk about is some crazy shit. Have you ever heard? Let me ask you this: have you ever heard of a man pepper spraying another man?
I have never heard of that. I understand we play the game. It's you're going to take some wins sometimes. That's your intention. You come with a knife, a gun, a bat, a crowbar, bumper jack. I've never heard anybody coming with any kind of fucking, excuse my language, pepper spray. The one thing too is I come from an era when we're in the joint, you get down with somebody of your own basic background. You don't kick them when they're down. You don't, you give them an opportunity to get back up. All that good stuff, and you come from the shoulders. But this individual called me out 3 against 1. Wants me to put my keys down because I'm like, I ain't putting my keys down.
Wait a second. So right off the top is 3 against 1.
Right off the top, it's 3 against 1. I put my keys in my hand because I see him with his keys. Then he tells me put my keys down. I'm not putting my keys down. You're stupid. I'm thinking to myself, it's 3 against 1. Somebody's going to jail for murder right now. And,
okay, so slow down. Okay, slow. Let's slow. Whoa. First off the top, I need the comment section to let us know right now. Can you see the comments, Sonny, or you can't see them?
Yeah, I can see them.
You have to maybe if you're on a laptop, you could open up a phone
and
turn the volume down.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm just saying, I need someone in the comment section to So from the whole jump, this thing right here, can someone in the comment section let me know how it looks like? For one to have two extra partners, and automatically it's a 3-on-1.
So originally I was in a function, and I was talking to a producer and his son, and I got pushed from behind. So I turned around. I was like, "What the hell?" I turned around, and I see him, so I shoved him back.
So that's the beginning, because Nino America is saying get the story from the. That's basically you're talking to someone not thinking it's a normal night still.
Right. So then he started screaming some references, and I don't want to say the references because then it specifically points to that individual, even though we all know who it is. The reason I'm not saying his name is because he can go to prison for that shit, and I ain't no rat. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on his name. But I was by myself, so he started calling me out. So I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Let's do this. I'm sick. I'm not feeling well, but I'm at that point where I just lost my temper. I just don't care. Just go. All I can think is I'm gonna bust this fool's jaw. I'm gonna break his jaw.
But you're not looking at
So
one person, you're looking at 3 people.
no, not 3 yet. So I start walking out the door with him, and I notice he reaches onto the security table and he picks up a gang of keys. And I'm thinking, I know it's out of whack, but I'm not the brightest shed in the tool when I'm sick. I don't think rationally. It's just, you know what I mean? It's whatever. So we start crossing the street, and as we're crossing the street, I look to my left, and I notice 2 other individuals that I know that are definitely with him. So they're kind of in the back, in the cut a little bit, and we start walking. And he keeps down, let's go to the cut, let's go to the cut, this and that. And I told him, dude, I didn't come out here to talk. You know what I mean? I didn't come out here to talk. F you, you know, you're a rat, you're a snitch. And I'm just calling, disrespecting them.
But hold on,
So
hold
we
on.
go out.
This don't look like let's go out like something spontaneous. This looks like something
It's a setup.
premeditated.
Yeah. So when I looked to the left, as soon as I seen those 2 individuals, I knew it was a setup. But I was like, well, okay, whatever. And I looked at his keys again. He had his keys in his hand in a certain way that I thought, okay, he's gonna book me with these keys. So I got my keys and I put them in my fist. So now it's that kind of party, right? I'm just thinking, you know, somebody's gonna get blasted up. No problem. So we go, and I turn around on him because I don't want the 2 behind me and 1 in front of me. I'd rather have them all 3 in front of me so I can see what they're doing, you know. So start trying to square up, and he's telling me, "Put your keys down. Put your keys down." I'm putting my effing keys down.
Let
Too
me
old
stop
to
you
be
right there.
boxing.
Let me ask you this. Is this in plain sight of people, or is this in super deep alley cuts no one can see if you can? Because that's another thing. You getting this happen to you from behind, there being 2 more individuals. This just seems like
Okay, so what happens is it's in front of Alvaro Street. It's in the center part of Alvaro Street, so it's packed. There are a lot of people around. He's doing it in front of a lot of people who are and acting stupid, right? So he's telling me, "Put your keys down, put your keys down," and he's telling me, "We'll both put our keys down at the same time." I thought, "F you, fool! I'm putting my keys down." Like, you know what I mean? I know what the numbers are. It's 3 against 1. He has those keys for some reason. I don't know what it was. I couldn't put it together yet. And I take a step forward to hit him, and he pepper sprays me. And I pulled back for a second because I didn't realize what he was doing, but I knew what it was. You know what I mean? Because I've been in that situation with the COs, and cops. You know what I mean? So I pull back, and he gets me in the eye good. And I'm like, all right, you're a punk. And woo, I start woofing, and he's telling me put the keys down. I ain't putting no keys down. And then he says, I'm gonna f you up right now. Why you mates? So he came towards me. As he came towards me, I swung my keys at his face because I could see a little bit of the blur. So I swung the keys at his face, and he backed up. And I guess he realized like I wasn't just gonna go down like that. So I leaned down and I started trying to take this brick off. Vetter Streets, it's full of bricks. So I started trying to pull a brick out, and the brick was loose, but it wouldn't come out. And my whole intention was to hit him with the brick and just, go to town on him. But
that would have been like the movie Friday. Jeez,
so
Louise. This is
it would have been worse. It would have been worse than that, Doc. Trust me. So we start crossing. Now I think I gotta get some water in my eyes. The only place I can think of is back to the function. So I start walking towards the function, and he's on the side of me talking, wolfing, and now they're all three together. And I'm telling him, nephew, you're a punk, you're a rat, you're a snitch, everything I ever said about you is true. Woo, woo, woo. This just shows your character, you're a fucking coward. You know what I mean? And I start to cross the street, and I see two more people, which is his old lady and the guy's old lady. His homie's old lady. And I start walking. I'm still talking shit. So he gets in front of them, and they both decide. His homie starts wolfing. ASN, don't go crying in there like a fucking rata, like a little bitch, and woo woo. And I was like, you know what? F you too, punk. And when I see you, it's on and cracking. Don't trip. It just ain't going down like this. And you little fucking cowards, 3 against 1, and you gotta pepper spray me. So they decide they're gonna rush me now. So they take that step, like when all of a sudden you just decide I'm gonna rush this fool.
A quick half step.
And I turned around and I turned around and I told him, you ain't do nothing. You had me dead bang, you ain't do nothing. I'm still here. What's up? You know what I mean? You ain't gonna do shit. So they let up leaving. So I turn around, I walk in, and I go to the wrist, and the security gets me and he goes, hey, we don't want no problems. I go, look at, I don't want no problems. I'm just going to go in there and wash my eyes, because the person that's having the function is a real good friend of mine, and I didn't want to disrespect anything he got going on, dude, because it took a lot to get to where he was at. And I understand that.
And just so people understand that we understand that is why we're navigating through this the way we're navigating, and not being specific with names and things. But people know, and this is only on the YouTube level. This is as far as it's going to get. Of course, it'll probably get to the neighborhood. You know what I mean? But this is on the YouTube level. And this is it's going to get to the neighborhoods, of course, because, we're in the neighborhoods. But it's going to stay on the YouTube level. But this shit just blows me away. It seems like immediately from grabbing the keys, everything started to become premeditated. But el güey no es tonto. El güey no es tonto. He's also, I believe, going through this individual's mind, him or her, I'm not saying anything. This individual's mind is also, hey, I got shit to lose. And if I got shit to lose, I have to be at a certain line and can't cross it. So some kind of shit like pepper spray is used for like self-defense. Most of the time, I never heard of a man use pepper spray in my entire 42 years on God's green earth. And then coming, go ahead.
I look at it like this. He didn't think I was going to come out. He knows I've been sick. He knows the health issues I've been going through lately. Everybody does, because I'm really open with it about on YouTube. He knows, in his head, he's thinking this fool ain't going to come out. And I think I caught him off guard when I did, because he had it planned. He walked up with the pepper spray. He had 2 other individuals with him. And he called me out. He didn't think I was going to come out, though. I guess he thought I was going to cheese up on myself. And I'm not that. I constantly tell people I'm an idiot. I don't care. I will come out. I don't care if there's 50 dudes. I will come out. That's just the way I am. Now, I'm not trying to be a Superman or Super G or Super Down. I'm just that's just who I am. You know what I mean? And you can speak as when you get older, your body changes, but your mind don't. Your mind's a lot of times is the same way as it was. And he just thought he was gonna scare me, you know what I mean? Thought I was gonna get scared or what, you know what I mean? And it wasn't gonna go down that way. So the one thing I do have to say is my first intentions were pretty bad. Let's just say that. Okay. My first thought process about what was gonna happen was pretty bad. Uh thankfully my my kid's mother um talked to me, and there's a lot of you guys that spoke to me and told me to calm down. You know what I mean? Where I'm starting to lose that anger a little bit, and now I understand that I'm not a stupid man. I'm an idiot, but I'm not stupid, and I know if something happens to this individual, I'm gonna get cracked for it.
Yeah, no
You know what
somos
I mean?
tontos. This is some YouTube shit, and it stays here. And the way we're navigating around it is obviously, but it's obvious of the individual and all that. There's a question. I don't know if you can or mind answering that. How bad did the spray hurt? Did it affect you?
Nah, no. It burned me all for 2 days on the cheek and my arm.
Pues
It burned me for two
eso no nomás
days,
es
but
nada, güey. That's
that's
some
nothing to me, Holmes. You know what I mean? You know how many times I've been maced off pepper sprayed? How
the
many times
big
I've
old
been
toucans.
tasered? I've been hit with the police batons and everything. I've been bumper jacked. I've been hit with axe. I've been stabbed. I've been through it all. This mace
I,
was literally
so
nothing.
the peachy pepper spray it comes out as a single stream. It comes out
Yes.
as as banaka, like a psh, or
No, it was a single stream.
this guy got it from one of those pinchy hunting stores. That's probably what he did, huh? Was it pink? Was it a pink color? Was it like a lipstick? Because I no, I'm being serious. I bought asked my wife, maybe my wife is watching this or not. I bought my wife and my oldest daughter two of those at the pinchy the rifle store, and most of them were like lipsticks or something that the women can use to be undercover in case there's a pinchy weirdo or something like that and they have to use it. Did it look like a lipstick?
Ah, he was silver with diamonds on it, like a square, dude. If I'm not mistaken, that's the only thing I got to see of the stupid thing. I know it was gray, but it looked like it had little baby
Did
diamonds all over it.
someone's asking in the comment section, did it have a rainbow pattern?
No, that was his underwear.
Okay, because then it's hate. Then it's hate. It's another level. No, I'm just kidding. Puro pedo. But no, serio, I bought two. They sell them at the pistola stores, the gun stores. But they do a
Yeah.
lot of them. They conceal them in, I want to say, a lipstick. So I told my daughter, okay, when in the weirdos come in, you start pulling like your lipstick on, and you shake that thing and go out. That's fucking crazy. Now I've only been pepper sprayed one time in my life, and that was a fight. It was a juvenile hall fight. That guy must have emptied half the can on me, and I couldn't see. Was there any kind of that temporary vision loss?
Yeah, I couldn't see for a little bit. I could only see out the corner of my eye just a little bit blurry, and that's why I knew he was rushing me. Where I swung the keys at his face. Now it's let's see. Then he does like a video a couple days ago, right? Talking about the youngsters need to respect their elders. Um, need to respect their elders, and I feel that these youngsters do stupid thing, and I'm like, dude, this is contradicting.
This
This is
this
bad. This is some coward shit. You know what I mean?
this vato is a walking contradiction. And I should be saying more, and it's embarrassing, but I'm sure he wishes none of this shit happened. Or maybe he's holding his head up and thinking, oh yeah, I boop bopped him. I snaked him. I did it. This is the kind of individual who's going to get wreck after wreck after wreck. It's not going to end there. And then what he's going to do is this is the move they always play. Just ignore it.
Oh yeah, this is exactly what he's doing, and it's a shame because this individual. Every time I've gotten into with this individual, it's been him on the losing end of it, and the reason being is he's fake. Everything about him is fake, and it's a shame that a lot of people don't see it. You know what I mean?
A lot of people saw it during that live, that there was a live that Paul from LA Times did that he took off the internet, I believe, but once it's out there, it's getting screen recorded. Maybe just like this is, it's all getting screen recorded. And that was a crazy live. It seemed like he was so wide. That's what I'm saying. With this individual, you can't even talk to him. There is no rational inside his body. There's only YA mentality. Get off first, ask questions later. He came to that live, it seemed like with a fucking file, a file of paperwork. Like he was up for days typing things, Sonny. And everyone said, Sonny, look at him. There's class, there's composure, and whatever you're just telling him, whatever you want to be true, it is whatever. Like, o sea, how did you feel the whole time with the shield up catching arrows that time?
You know what? When before I even went into that, I had a conversation with Paul and Joe, and they were like, "Hey, I don't feel it's cool. That's going to be 2-on-1 kind of thing." And I was like, "I don't trip. I got this. Don't even trip," because I already know how he is. I know this is not. I already know the type of individual he is. You know what I mean? And I seen it. That's why I left. And he's a snake. He's fake. There's nothing real about him. And it's afraid that it's too bad other people don't see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's nothing he could do to me because there's nothing he could find on me. Trust me, he's looked everywhere to find some smut on me, and there is none. I'll be honest. I'm not no like high power motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm just me. You know what I mean? But I've always been with my functions. You know, my neighbor was important to me. You know what I mean? So I always did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're saying. That's crazy. So there was a time that you kept making video after video. You had put a crazy challenge out there. I was like, pinche Sonny, ¿qué sabe el Sonny? Or what does he know that I don't know? Or it was a crazy, you were like, I will shut my channel completely down and disappear off the internet if you will provide something showing me. And of course, everyone knows the details. The videos are out there, and I don't have to finish none of that stuff off. That was a crazy challenge. De donde vino eso? And then the relentlessness to stay on that when there was actually, again, that card got played, the ignore it card. Ignore it. This is one card that gets played. Ignore it. They're on the bleachers. We're on the field. We're the starting lineup. They're this. And what do you think about that?
Yeah, he paints himself into a position that he knows it's unrealistic. You know what I mean? His answers are unrealistic. You know what I mean? And what he's saying is unrealistic. Because anybody that's been busted knows certain things. Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You want
Knows
to mute
certain
you?
things. No, so they know certain things about the system when you get busted and what you go through, and so when somebody comes out with some BS about some charge or whatever, and you're like, dude, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? That just doesn't happen. It doesn't work out that way. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's
Do
like,
you
come
mean
on,
kind of
dude.
like when someone gets out and you're like, hey, how did you get out so early?
You know what,
Something doesn't
dude?
make sense.
And
But
it's
if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
but how many people do you know personally that comes out and tell you they were running everything when they were in there? almost all the guys that come out always say the same shit. I had the Yavis, I had this, I had that. You know what I mean? So when he comes out
The
with his little
runner.
post, and there's a lot of times that like I've seen him, he asked me questions about certain things, and then he would tell me why he asked me because I would ask him, "Why did you ask me that?" Oh, because of this. And then he comes out with a story after I'm gone, completely lying about it, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this dude? Dude's just a habitual liar.
O sea, people saw you joined el programa, and when you joined el programa, when you joined the programa, the people saw the realness of Sonny, and then the numbers went up, and then of course people saw that there was a change. All of a sudden, it seemed like, I don't know. Let me know. Was it like death row? Was that shit turning into death? Because YouTube changes people, numbers change people. It seems that's what it does. Real quick, I just got handed to this by the executive producer just to show you. This is Pepperspray, gente. I'm holding a cat. I'm holding, no joke, no joke, and I'm not laughing, because obviously, pinchy Sonny, he said nothing happened. It didn't feel like nothing but 2 days that it blinded and. Anyways, this is pepper spray right here. You open it up and it looks like a lipstick or a lip gloss. 99% of it comes like this. Okay, so I'm thinking that's what he pulled out. He pulled out some lipstick.
I want to say hi to Joe, Big Joe.
That's right. Big Joe's in the casa.
So
The voice of the raza is definitely in the house. I appreciate you more than you know, Big Joe. Go ahead.
this is, dude. I couldn't put this past him. And you know what? If you really think about it, most these people couldn't put it past him, and that's the sad part. You know what I mean? He has that following he has, but most of these people can't push that past him that he would do this scandalous girl shit. And then you actually got some people that, and it is very few that are running around saying, "Oh well, that's not pussy, that's not fucked up, that's not. It's just part of the game." But those are the same type of people that nobody even likes them. You know what I mean? Nobody even likes them
I think
individuals. So,
I think he knew that move walking out when he said, "You know what? Let's take it over here." And then walking, his mind is racing 100 miles per hour. I know how his heart is moving because I know that he has a YA mentality. So I know what his heart is we got something to prove and get off or you're mad. I understand that YA shit. I had a lot of friends. I didn't go. I had a 9-year
I don't.
YA
I don't
suspension.
think he has a YA though. I don't think he has a YA mentality. Homie.
Okay, let me know.
He was
Break
in a
that
he was
down.
in a program. He was in a program. He
Break
was in
that
a
down.
drug program. He wasn't where the writers were. He was in a program, Holmes. He, from what I understand, he went level right off the bat. Never got in trouble, dog. He got his amount of time, did his amount of time, and went home. Came
Now
back and went back to the drug program.
now I'm thinking
You know
about
what I mean?
OG, triple OG, who can verify that because we've seen paper. We actually just recently saw YA paperwork get posted online.
Oh, with Dreamer?
That was crazy, but it's accessible. O sea, people have to have it, and I don't know if they scan it or whatever. But so you're saying that that's all hype. That was all fluff
Yeah,
because everyone says they're the king when they come home, but can no one
yeah.
corroborate
He
it because
wasn't
everyone else
doing
stayed up
nothing.
there.
Just put it. There was nobody. I've run across some of his homies. They don't even know him. There's other ones that are just like, dude, he wasn't like that. He's not like that. He was just one of the guys. He wasn't putting in nothing, doing no work. And my neighborhood and by his neighbor blood enemies, so
Allegedly,
none of my homeboys even knew who he was.
allegedly, a
So
lot
it's
of
it's kind of hard. Everybody knows, when you got an enemy and they're putting in work or they're doing, you know who they are. They're like, hey, let's do this. You know what I mean? But him, no, nobody even knows who he is. Even you can even ask his co-host if you heard about him before, and he'll tell you no.
Bien, pues, se suelta la sopa. Everyone hit that like. Don't forget to subscribe over to Streets Ain't Loyal. What a crazy pinchy altercation. Randy Jean said, don't forget about the pink taser as well. It's pink lipstick. It's pink lipstick or gloss or whatever this is right here. I was just handed to it. This is real pepper spray. Again, I got this at, so shout out to Salinas Valley Outdoor. My brother from another mother. He's from the right here. He knows the name of the pinchy gun store. It's called Turner's. Turner's out. That's where I got this at Turner's Outdoorsman. What a crazy pinchy wild situation. Again, YouTube content. I got to talk about this. This was, and the el pendejo wishes it would go away. Or maybe he thinks otherwise. But like you said, I don't know. But I put myself in your shoes. I'm like, chingado. And then everything what about the medical issues, what you're going through with that right now, the medication that you were telling me that it's
Okay, couple months, about 6 months ago, it started. I started getting sick, started vomiting. Then it was getting really fatigued. Then my joints started to swell up because I got rheumatoid arthritis, right? Then I would take this thing called prednisone, which I'm really not supposed to take, but I take it every once in a while to get the inflammation down. So then I'm like, okay, cool. And then a couple months ago, we went to swim at a friend's house. We went swimming, we came out. We're coming back from Riverside, and on the way back, my hand started to swell up really bad, and it looked like an elephant man hand. So then I noticed it went to my elbows, to my shoulders on both sides. So for the first time in my life, having the rheumatoid, I went to the ER. They couldn't get the swelling down. They kept on. They gave me 80 milligram oxycontin for the pain.
chingado.
To 80 milligrams. I was still
Chingado.
feeling the pain. So
That's like
they were hitting me with other stuff to get the pain to go away. Finally, they got the swelling down. They gave me some pills I'm not supposed to have. They gave me those pills to bring the swelling down. I finally got the swelling down. It's a steroid. So I'm like, okay, I got to make an appointment. My wife was like, hey, go make an appointment. Your rheumatologist, go handle your business. Okay. So I was better for about 2 days and I got COVID. I went to the ER 3 times that week. I got COVID and I didn't just get a regular go. I got it pretty bad for the first time. So I was having trouble breathing, eating, fever for 7 days. It's just, man, I got my ass kicked. Finally got over COVID and I was good for like another 2 days. Then I started to vomit. But this time blood was coming out. So I'm like, fuck. All right. Then I got a infection on my leg, on my inner groin. So now I'm walking funny. It got infected. I'm throwing up. I can't eat. So I go to the doctors again. They tell me I got a staph infection on my leg. So they slice my old leg open. They squeeze all that crap out. They shove gauze into my leg. This is the day before this incident took place.
jeez
So the day
Louise.
before. So I'm supposed to be laying in bed, but I promised the homie I would go over there and support him. So I went to support him. So I busted my leg open that day. I go home. I have to, I have to clean up because I got blood everywhere on my leg. I go home. I'm throwing up still. So I think that was on Friday, Saturday, Monday. I had the appointment. I went to the doctor. My rheumatologist. He comes out. He goes, I'm gonna give you a blood test. I'm come back. About half an hour, they came back. He goes, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to put you on chemo. I go, what? I got cancer? He's like, no, it's a rheumatoid. it's only going to get worse. We have to get you on chemo. So now I find out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple of days later, I'm going through chemo. Now it's telling me the vomiting, the fatigue, the dizziness, everything I'm going through is from the rheumatoid. So I lost all the weight. I lost 60 pounds. I'm going days without eating. I eat a day and then I won't eat for 2 days, or I will eat 2 days and I won't eat for a day, and it just so on. It just keeps on. You know what I mean? The only thing that I can keep down is this. I started drinking iced coffee. Something with the medication got me drinking iced coffee. I don't even drink coffee. That's about the only thing I can keep down right now. So I've been sick. The medication they gave me is really strong. Uh, it's just it's really strong. So you know what I mean? It's like chemo is, no matter how you look at it, it's not gonna be good. You know what I mean?
Of course, exactly. That's gonna knock you down. I mean, just that right there by itself. I mean, that's a powerful. All of this, and then this happened on top of that, and then Sonny being stubborn, Sonny. Okay, he doesn't care if there's 3 guys in front of him, 5 guys in front of him. Se va a aventar and run at him like that Mayan general on the movie Apocalypto.
Big
Like, like
Big
remember?
LZ wants to beat. He wants a box AC. And
I know. We're going around the
then I
conversation.
got it. You know, I got a lot of you guys that I've been good friends with that want to pick up the ball. Hey, I'm gonna take your plate. No, I don't need that. I had backup at the function. I could have easily called homies. You know what I mean? But when somebody calls me out and they want to say one on one, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? No big thing. If I get tossed up, I get tossed up. But I know I'm gonna probably get tossed up right now. No good could probably kick my ass right now, to tell you the truth. But obviously he feared me because he had the mace. He was scared because he had the pepper spray. He was scared because he had 2 dudes to back his play.
And this is what he had right here, the pink
Yeah,
pepper spray. It's right here
he
in my
wasn't
hands.
confident. He wasn't confident enough to. He was confident enough to call me out in front of a bunch of people, but not confident enough to get busy with me.
How often
You
do
know
you
what I
hear?
mean?
Yeah, I do exactly. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I've just seen the whole thing on how whatever the hell is going on through his head and is boiling through him or whatever started from that live a long time ago, and then making up lies, and then saying, you know what, you're claiming this, but I want to see the paperwork. It just seemed like, how often does this shit carry over like that? Have you heard? Like, it carries over into this YouTube
Well,
thing? 'Cause
the thing about him was he's constantly mentioning me. He's constantly talking about me. Every time his numbers goes down, he brings me up. He even put my voice in a video, in a music video he had going. He put my voice in there, and it's like, dude, why you even talking about me? I'm a small channel. I wasn't even talking about you anymore. I was just like, leave me alone. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? But the simple the fact of the matter is, okay, what's gonna piss you off? If somebody's just woofing shit and they don't know what they're talking about, you're like, F that dude, I don't care. It's when it's the truth that hurts. It's everything I mentioned about him that hurts. He knows it's true and he can't do nothing about it. Because he can't come at me and say, oh, he's even gone so far to tell people that I'm no good in my neighborhood.
but the real ones
Anybody from
know.
my neighborhood, yeah, everybody from my neighborhood will tell you who I am.
But the real ones know. O sea, the calles know who's theirs. The neighborhoods know who belongs to them. And so, yeah, you could wolf something from across the city, another city, or something like that. But the real ones know.
Yeah, and you know, I don't have to. It doesn't really bug me that he says that I'm no good in my neighborhood because I know the truth. I'm never gonna have an issue with my homeboys because I'm good with them. I do what I have to do, and I'm not even playing around with the neighborhood anymore. Just doing my thing. You know, I mean, I'm an old man, dude. I'm close to 60 now. You know what I mean?
Cartoon
That's another thing. That's another thing. That fool is 45.
40s.
He's 11 years younger than me.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean? That says a lot about an individual and his character.
The getting
You know what I
shoved
mean?
from
That's just
the getting shoved from behind, the having being 3 to 5 deep, everyone wolfing and barking. I mean, it just sounds like that's crazy. But I'm glad you were able at least to. I mean, he didn't go. How come they didn't go? He didn't take you to like a pinchy somewhere where super cuts, like in the cuts in the alley or somewhere where no one's seen and making this shit fair, something like that. That didn't even cross his mind. I think he knew no es tonto, no es tonto, no es pendejo.
he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight, dog. He didn't want to fight. If I was being a prick, dog, all I had to do was sit down and wait. Because I guarantee you, somebody called the cops that day. I guarantee you, somebody called the cops. But
No
what I did
hands,
is I
just
went and washed my face and I left because I was like, nah, if the cops come, I'm just gonna. In fact, to be honest, when I lost my car keys that day, that shit went down. I lost my car keys, so I had to call my wife to come pick me up. And my wife was like, "Well, let's call the cops." I go, "If you call the cops, I'm getting amnesia. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna say nothing." So she dropped it, and then I explained to her, I'm just not. And she goes, "No, I understand." Because my wife's not a street person. My wife's a business person. She's
and I
got a very
totally
good
understand.
career, and you know what I mean. And she's like, hey, just tell fuck that. And I'm like, no, I'm not like that. See, it's one thing that everybody knows who it is, right? It's another if I say his name because then they can charge him for it. And I know they got cameras over there. You know what I mean? I know they got cameras all over the place. So if I say his name, that would cost him to get a case. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to do that.
No, no, but we're definitely not
But
gonna
I would guarantee you, dog, if it was the other way around, he would have called the cops. I guarantee you.
boom.
So
Yeah, just the way I titled this video right here. No hands, just spray. That's the name of the That's the name of the library. And Sonny laughs and shit. And he even said it on his video. He goes, I've been ran over and holes in my body and this and that. This pepper spray, even though burned for 2 days, you're saying it's nothing, is really nothing. But just I could imagine how shocked and surprised you are. I'm like, is this really happening right here? Like right
I go,
here. It had to happen here at this point. O sea, there's a place and a time for everything.
yeah, and I just the sad part is I couldn't put it past him. I couldn't put it past him. And that's a sad part. There's people I don't like on YouTube that I would think, hey, they're not gonna go past a certain point because they ain't that much of a bitch. No, this dude is nah, homie, he way past that point. You know what I mean? He's way over there with the little girls. You know what I mean? Uh the reason he never went on with his criminal career, even though he wanted to be, is because he knew he couldn't handle it.
I do feel, and I did feel this even sometime last year, like a complex. I felt like a complex, which is like something to prove complex, almost like what do they call it? Little man syndrome, or what a short man
Yeah,
syndrome, or something. I've heard of that, right? Where it's just someone has to just, act a certain way and be wired that certain way. And that's what I saw right from the beginning, from the get-go. I knew that right off the top. And I said, well, what is all this woofing, all this and that? And can't even have a fucking conversation with someone if they're always thinking that they got something to prove. I think it's called ego. The definition of ego is self-importance. So how much ego do we have? Some people have zero, son humildes. And then there's the opposite of that. Oh, I'm somebody. And that's what I think actually got hit. Because when that gets hit, if you have that as a big bun and that gets hit, it makes you want to buck back and this and that. And I'm better than you. And who
yeah.
knows?
He makes it seem because I worked this many years and I got this, I got that. That he's better than everybody. He's smarter than everybody. And that's the farthest from the point. There's nothing he has that I don't have. There is nothing, absolutely nothing he has. In fact, I probably got everything better. You know what I mean? And it's not from um I worked that hard for things that we have, and my wife is, and together we worked hard, and but I'm not one of those guys that make prison seem like that's who makes me, because it ain't. To me, it was like I made a mistake and I got cracked. I got busted. My whole object of the game is to get away. But I'm not one of those guys that I'm not a victim. I'm never gonna be a victim. You know what I mean? And he just
Napoleon.
figures he was gonna do that. You know what I mean? Try to act all hard, and I think it backfired on him.
That's crazy. I'm not going to be the only one making a video about or content about this. This thing is going to be circulating to the point where I want to see if this gets addressed at all. I think he's just going to play the same card they always play, which is just ignore it. Just that they're little, we're bigger. You know what I've always been a proponent for on my channel, Sonny, is what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I'm too
Yeah.
old I'm too old for red and blue. I'm too old for north and south. I go and I talk to the youngsters and I do what I can do in my community to try to be someone that's showing them that you can come out from this. But I'm always standing on these pillars, ¿verdad? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. This Vato premeditated that. He knew exactly how far he could go because, oh, wait, my name will be on the news. It'll be assault or something, allegedly. And it can't be in my. So what do? I'm going to pull out some lipstick and I'm gonna spray him because most people that have lipstick, pepper spray, are use it in self defense. So if I spray, this is what I think he was thinking. If I spray him, then they'll think, oh, it's self. I don't. I just think this fucking guy is. I think he's sneaky enough to think that immediately when you're walking out about grabbing the keys and let's go to a public place and who does that?
There's always going to be a time and a place for something. He always had my number. If he really had an issue, he could have easily called me. He could touch me any which way, reach me anywhere. But he doesn't do it. That's some cowardly shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, there are a couple of people that are backing him up, but those are the people that are scared to lose their. Oh, I don't want to lose my subscribers, and you know what I mean. And there's a lot of people like that try to give him the benefit of the doubt that were like on the borderline, like is Sonny being truthful, completely maybe true, and Sonny's just got a little attitude with them. It wasn't that. It was the fact that I was actually being honest when people just didn't see it. You know what I mean? And they were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then a lot of people are cutting his ass loose over this shit.
I'm sure there's a lot of collateral things going on, things that he doesn't want at least to get out to the public. That's why I think it's going to stay on a YouTube level. People like me will be creating content and people will be like, "Oh, Mikey, you're shooting shots." Just to get this straight, I got Sonny from the Streets Ain't Loyal in the casa. I got familia over there in SoCal. I got love for all SoCal. I've been over there and people have seen the channel and told me, "Man, it's feeding me what you're doing. It's a positive push." So again, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. It looks like there was no hands, just spray using this crazy fucking incident that shouldn't go uh, without someone addressing it and being like, hey, because it's gonna lead to what? Then the next thing you're gonna find out is there were they 5-on-1 and they rat pack someone out, and then this and then that. And I talked about it on this Wednesday live, Sonny. There's been people here that have worked like at nonprofits and shit like that that have actually been doing those things, and they got blasted all over the newspapers. They got blasted all over the television stations. And they said they put it all out there. There was nothing they didn't put. They put their rap sheets out there. They put their paper. They put if they were validated. Again, things I don't get into here, but they put all of that up because here in Monterey County, they don't play. If you're straddling the fence on something, they'll put you on blast. right here. So it's crazy that's even happening. And of course, El Way, he doesn't want to go any further, but I'm not going to be the last person to talk about it. When I posted this on my IG story, my community page, I started getting a lot of message, and I said, we're going to have Sonny on here. And of course we're navigating the way we're navigating around it, and it's not going anywhere else because Sonny's keeping it G. Me, I keep it B, businessman. And if it's a trending topic, since I'm a YouTuber, I'm going to talk about it. Is there any last words that you want to say, Sonny?
Yeah, and we need to. I need this to be seriously understood. Everybody knows I've been going through medical issues. Anybody that's seen my channel knows I've been going through medical issues for months. Everybody's seen the weight loss. He's 11 years younger than me. 3 against 1. He calls me out. I didn't call him out. And he pepper sprays me. There's nothing G about that, homie. And I just, like I said, I would have never approached him. I would have never did crap to him because that's not the time nor the place. You know what I mean? If he ever really wanted to get at me, he has my number. He's always had it. He blocked me. People always ask me, why don't you get at him? He blocked me from everything. I'm not going to chase that fool around. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
And I'll end it also with some last words. This is an open-ended conversation, and there's also an invitation to anyone else that wants to have a discussion about it. I think there's people obviously in that camp over there that are probably watching this and maybe even screen recording it. So I also want to say this is because I'm all about having conversations. There's nothing I shy away from. There's not one question or ducking or dodging because life's too short for bullshit. And I just don't have an extra second to waste on it. I like to get straight to the point. So it's an open invitation to anyone else that wants to have a conversation on it. Get at me, chicanotubraza@gmail.com. chicanotubraza@gmail.com. I need everyone to subscribe over to The Streets Ain't Loyal right there below. Do yourself a favor, because ever since I met Sonny, I knew this when I met you, Sonny. And I still got that picture. I still got that picture of me. And you remember the one we took outside of the press conference?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that one. Sonny had a black Ben Davis, the zip up one, all starched out. It was starched out, and of course, I was doing the press conference, so I had slacks and a shirt and some aviators and shit like that. But I already knew one thing, and I'm a pretty good. I have that spider sense. I just know. I said, "Here's Sonny. He's a real one. He ain't got time for bullshit. He is who he is. There's no filters. There's no motives. There's no need to try to read anything. He comes straight from the heart, and that's how I knew. You know what I mean? Me and you were gonna be sauce.
That's right.
That's right, you guys.
Homie, I got nothing but love for you, Mikey. I got nothing but love for you, homie.
I appreciate you. Upstate Point of View is in the casa. There's another channel right there. My brother from another mother. Tap in with him. San Jose. Upstate Point of View. G Sierra, the Chicano Tube ladies. I'm going to read. Upstairs came down from his attic. Someone's upstairs came down from his attic. I don't know. Shout out to Livingston. El Chapo's in the casa. Get the last comments into the night. Don't forget to subscribe over to The Streets Ain't Loyal. I'll leave this up for you guys to enjoy, and I'll see you guys back on Friday night, 9 p.m. that I have a special guest. I'm gonna go ahead and put he's his platform that he blew up a lot on is TikTok, and I'm gonna go ahead and post a video of one of his videos on TikTok on YouTube with his permission. I'm gonna have him Friday night. This guy is glitchad up on game. He has different perspectives. He's gonna make you think. His name is Wayward Son 360. Wayward Son 360 on TikTok. He's coming on this Friday night. I'll let you guys go, but remember what I always say: in the end, all you got is the memories.